Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So guys, in today's video I'll be making this dress, so let's dive into it. I will start by taking my half length measurement. My half length measurement is 17 inches. I added half an inch for joining allowance, making it 17.5. So I'll just go ahead now and use my ruler to connect the dots together, making a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take my armhole depth. So my armhole is 8 inches, and I will also take my bust dart measurement, which is 10.5 inches. So after doing that, I'll use my ruler to connect the dots together. The next thing I'm going to do now is to label my lengths. This is my chest line, my bust point, and my waistline. Now I'll go ahead and take my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 15, which is 7.5. I added half an inch for joining allowance, making it 8 inches. So I'll come over here and mark the 8 inches and then use my ruler to connect the dots together. So now I'll go ahead and take my neck width measurement. So I'm using 3 inches for my width and 2 inches for my depth. I'm using 2 inches for the depth of my neck because the neck is turtleneck. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler to connect the lines together. Now, from my shoulder line, I came down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. I'll go ahead and connect it back to the neckline. Now I'll go ahead and divide my armhole into two. Then to make my armhole curve, I'm using 0.7 inches for my armhole curve. So I'll go ahead now and use my curve ruler to connect the curve together. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and take my bust span measurement, which is my nipple to nipple. Mine is 4 inches. At my waistline, I'm going to mark 4 inches there as well. I'll use my ruler to connect a straight line, just as a swimming toe. Now at my waistline, I'm going to come out by 0.7 inches for my dart on both sides. I'm going to connect from my bust point down to the dart leg that I marked. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and input my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 9.7 inches. I will add 1 inches for sewing allowance. I'll come over to the waistline. I'll mark my waist measurement. I'm going to replace the dart intake I took at the waistline and then mark it right there. Add 1 inches for sewing allowance. Now I'll go ahead and connect from my bust down to my waistline. So guys, this is all for the upper part, which is the half length. Now let's go over to the down part. So I'll go ahead now and cut it out. Please guys, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, like, comment and share. And if you are my old subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now for the down part, I went ahead and marked 1 inches for my zipper allowance, and this is my starting point right here. Now I'll go ahead and place my tape at my half length measurement, which is 17 inches. So from that 17 inches, I'll take my full length measurement. Full length measurement is 38 inches. I'm adding 1 inches for sewing allowance. So after marking that, I'll use my ruler to connect a straight line, just like a swimming door. Now I'll go ahead and take my hip measurement. So from my waist down to my hip line is 8 inches. I mark a straight line to connect the dots together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 8.5. I added 1 inches for sewing allowance. So I came over to the hip line. I placed my hip measurement. I added 0.7 inches for ease, and then I also add 1 inches for sewing allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place my ruler like this. I'm going to connect from my waist down to my hip line. So at my hip line, I'm going to measure whatsoever I have at my hip line. I'll mark it at my full length right here, and then I'm going to add 0.7 inches to the measurement I marked before. So this dress is not a pencil dress. The down part is like an A shape. Okay, so I'm going to connect from my hip line down to the full length, just as you see me do. So guys, this is all for the drafting of this dress. It's very easy and simple. Now I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I've cut it out and I placed my pattern paper on my fabric. I added half an inch to the upper part for joining. Okay, so the next thing I'll do now is to cut it out. So after cutting it on my fabric, I'll be using this front fabric to cut out the back. So this is the front and back right here. At the back I added 1 inches for zipper allowance. For the back armhole, I use 0.5 inches for the back armhole. So I added 1 inches for zipper allowance for the back, and the back neck depth is 1 inches while the front neck depth is 2 inches. So I added half an inch for the shoulder for joining. From the back zipper allowance, I went ahead and measured 0.5 inches away from the waistline for the zipper bulge. So this will eliminate the zipper bulge at the back. So I mark a slant line, just as you see me do, to eliminate the zipper bulge. So guys, this is all for the back half length. Now let's move on to the down part. So guys, this is the down part right here. So I for the back I added 1 inches for zipper allowance. Now from the waist back line, I'm going to mark half an inch away from the waist for the zipper bulge, just the same way I did to the back half length. So after doing that, I use my ruler to make a slant line. So this will also eliminate the zipper bulge. So guys, this is the same thing I did to the back half length. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and cut the zipper bulge out. Now I'll go ahead and split the remaining part of the zipper allowance into two. I'm done cutting. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to remove my piece and remove the front fabric, then I'll be left with the back fabric. So from my zipper allowance, I'm going to come down by 0.7 inches at my waistline. Okay, I'm doing this because I did not use bust dart for this dress. So at the waistline I came down by 0.7 inches. So I'm going to place my ruler like this, like slant from my waistline, just like this. Then I'm going to connect it down to the zipper allowance. Okay, this is just to eliminate the folding at the waistline. So because I didn't use bust dart, that is why I'm using this method to eliminate the folding at the waistline. So after doing that, I'll cut it out. So this is the back fabric. Okay, and the 0.7 inches I cut out is from the zipper line. Okay, from the zipper line. So this is what it looks like after cutting it out. So the next thing I went to do is to cut out my flap for the front. So the length I'm using is 4 inches on fold and the width is 5.5 inches. Okay, so I also went ahead and cut out paper stay for the two. I have two pieces of this. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and place it on my fabric. So this is the front half length and this is the back half length. I have sewn my dart. I went ahead and placed the right side of the front and the back together, right side facing each other. Now I'll go ahead and join the shoulders together. So after doing that, I'll be right back. So guys, to fix my flap at the front, from my waistline I came down by 6.5 inches. This is optional, you can decide where you want your flap to be. So from the center point I came out by 2.5 inches. So I also mark the point right here. So I'm just trying to make sure I have a straight line. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and place my flap like this. So I want my flap to be slant a little bit. Okay, just like this. So I'm going to mark this place right here, and this is how I'm going to place flap and then stitch it down. So I'll also repeat the same process on the other side. After doing that, I'm going to place my flap like this, okay, and pin it down. Take it over to my sewing machine and stitch it with half an inch. So after stitching, I'm going to turn it over to this side, just as you see me do. So guys, I'm done stitching my flap. The next thing I'm going to do now is to join my half lengths together. I notch the center part of my down part, and then I also notch the center point of my half length. So I'm going to place the two notch together, pin it down, and take it over to my sewing machine and stitch it with half an inch. So I'm done stitching the back and the front half lengths together. So this is my sleeve right here. I've also hemmed the down part. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and fix my sleeve. I'm done fixing my sleeve, and I also went ahead and shaping the sides of this dress and fix my zipper. This dress has no slit at the back, so the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead and fix my turtleneck. So guys, this is the finished look of my dress. It came out so beautiful, guys. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please share, give it a thumbs up and comment.